Alright everybody, hello and welcome as always. I am Sean. This is In The Mixer as we continue our Hashtag United series in Football Manager 2019. Episode 14, we are flying through the season thus far. We're already up to October, which is great to see. Still undefeated, 6 straight wins in that time. Of course, in that last episode, we played God Manchester and Horndean in our FA Vase second qualifying round match. We then beat Newbury Forest, who we played a whole bunch last season, convincingly 2-0. A tough game against Long Melford. We actually came back twice and eventually got the winner through Tashi and Richmond in this match. A great game against Horsham YMCA. At the time, they were second in the division. We actually went 4-1 up before Nick Sullivan brought back to make it 4-2 and a little bit extra. We've changed Armando Shashua's role just a tiny little bit, and we're seeing a lot of benefit out of that. A 9.5 rating and a hat-trick for him, which is phenomenal to see. We then played Haverhill Borough, won 2-1 in our League Cup second round match. Our first red card of the series that I can remember thus far came Brougham, 2 yellow cards, one very early in the game, one in the 49th minute. They themselves had Liam Hirrell sent off in injury time of the first half. We went 2-0 up, they pulled one back through Oliver Proctor late on. A further 4 yellow cards in that game, a real spiteful contest, which was weird to see. We haven't had that many like that. We then spanked Clevedon 4-0, really tore them apart, all 4 goals in the first half. They had a guy sent off after 62 minutes. We had Marcus Stamp sent off late on for 2 yellow cards. He got his first yellow card in like the 80th minute and then the other one in the 88th minute after I'd already made all 3 subs. So there wasn't a tremendous amount we could do in that instance. It does mean he'll miss the game today against Haverhill, currently sitting 14th, and Great Yarmouth currently sitting 18th. But do not be fooled by their league position. We've been kind of struggling to get past certain teams throughout the course of this series. The gap between Hashtag United and the teams that they're playing within their division is shrinking every single day, not least of which because we are getting poached left, right and centre. Following on from Andy Cade-Watts moving to Hampton and Richmond on a free, Ricky Evans has also left to go to Vanarama North Club Gloucester. Shame to see him go. He's still on a non-contract with them, so we can try and bring him back later on in the season. We offered him a new contract, gave him a pay bump for his appearance fee and whatever else, but I think he's 28, he wants to be playing in as high division he can, and we're still 3 seasons, even if we got back-to-back promotions, away from being at that level and guaranteed part-time contracts. So I understand why he's gone, I understand why Andy Cade-Watts has gone. It sucks. We're going to try and get players back in to replace them. We're going to try and get those guys back here eventually as well, so they finish their careers with Hashtag United. Harry Beasley, who we spoke about in the last episode, has joined on a non-contract. The ex-Wolves junior has been pretty good so far in the two appearances he's made. He'll continue in goal today. 4-star current ability, 5 and a bit star potential. We're looking at a couple of different fullbacks. Daniel Humphreys is one. Akinfenwa, we're going to continue trying to get in Akinfenwa. We might actually even offer him a trial now and see if he wants to come. He probably won't, it's only October, but I'm just going to keep chipping away at him every episode, offering him that trial until he accepts it, because I really want to get Adebayo at the club before he retires. There's a few other players as well that we're looking at to come in on trials. Hopefully they'll actually appear in this episode and we can have a look at who's the best and who we want to offer a contract to. But otherwise, things are going well. Stone Market's still breathing down our neck. They've played 1 game extra, still undefeated. Definitely going to push us further than any team has before in the league this season. And the only downside, the only loss of the season thus far, getting knocked out by Worcester City. Still don't know if I'm getting that pronunciation correctly. But it's the FA Cup. You're going to play higher division teams. You're going to do well to get beyond any of them. And we weren't that bad, so I'm not that depressed. Let's jump into our match against Haverhill immediately. We've done a lot of talking throughout the course of this episode. I'm sure there'll be more before the end of it as well. There will be a couple of changes to our lineup. Scott Pollock's carrying a knock at the moment, as is Tom Hanfrey, who's working his way back to full fitness. Marcus Stamp, of course, is injured. So we're going to have Tekka's Guru will come in, Jamal Akeem will come in, and Ross Gleed will play at left back, replacing each of them. But enough from me. Let's get stuck straight into this match. Alright, team talk. We're just going to tell everyone to keep going the way we have been and give our defence a little bit of a boost. I'm very formulaic with team talks and stuff. It's usually the same. And we kick off our 7th game of the league season. We are still sitting top on 18 points, 6 straight victories. A lot of other teams around us have played 7 and 8 games now. That's because we keep winning in the cup competitions. Our games keep getting delayed. Got a highlight here. Shashua finds Brougham on the right-hand side. He cuts in. Is he going to strike? He does on his left peg, and that one wasn't far wide. But 2nd minute, and we're already getting some decent highlights together, which is great to see. You will have noticed when we were putting the team together as well, there's a lot more 1-star and 2-star players out there. We aren't quite 3 and 4-star team that we used to be last season. Brougham, Gleed, Tekka's Guru, they're all sitting around 1-star at the moment. Jamal Akeem is only a 2-star. We've still got some superstars in the likes of, Harry Honesty, Armando Shashua, Harry Beasley, but the gap is getting smaller and smaller every week, it feels like, especially with these players getting picked up by other clubs. And as we speak, Stowmarket have taken a lead in their game, the only other undefeated side in the division thus far, which means they'd go above us on 20 points as things stand. But we've got a highlight here. Can we take back top spot with a goal? Akeem plays it into Tekka's Guru. And now good triangle with Brougham. Played to Shashua, who's tackled early. It's a good recovery there, but Singano's going to cut it out nicely. Gleed with the ball forward towards Harry Honesty. Darville's going to hack it away. It should come out to Gleed again. Looks for Harry Honesty. Can he get the ball across? Darville's doing a decent job shackling our star left winger thus far. Singano should tidy this up, and does. It falls to Tekka's Guru. Comes forward to Shashua. It's an overlap on the right. He finds Kane Brougham now. Can he get the ball in? Hangs one back stick. Harry Honesty. Oh, he just had to get that one on target, you feel. But he just nods it wide. Still, decent play though. One of the interesting things we are doing now is playing Farai Singano as a centre-back. In real life, he's a phenomenal centre-back. For whatever reason in the game, or in this database, he's listed as kind of being a fullback. And he has played that role for us over the last couple of games, or last season entirely. But with Ricky Evans departing, with Jack Harrison retiring, I think it opens up a good chance for us to retrain him a little bit to be that centre back, and play along Marcus Stamp, because we could have both of them for 10 years at this stage. Beasley with the long ball forward now. That's a phenomenal clearance from the keeper. Finds Charlie Morley on the right wing, 1v1. Good pass inside to Shashua. Back out to Morley, who hangs the ball back stick towards Harry Honesty, and there he is, his 7th goal of the season already in only our 7th game. A phenomenal assist here from Charlie Morley, and this is what I'm really enjoying about Shashua as an advanced playmaker rather than an attacking midfielder. Rather than trying to get in the box and get on the end of stuff the way Tasha and Richmond did, he just kind of comes short. He plays nice little passes, nice little triangles. He works our wingers in really effectively, and I think it's taken our game in a forward sense just that little bit level further. And again, like Harry Honesty, when it comes to volleys on his left peg, he's scoring them. That's all that's happening. His headers are a bit meh, but volleys, loves them. Another highlight here, Morley to take the corner. It's well claimed by Dalton in goal. Is there a counter attack here? It's a long one forward. Should be tidied up pretty easily by Ross Gleed. Ball over the top towards Charlie Morley. Can he get the cross in? Steady strikes, and Dalton with another decent save gets his body behind it. Dare say we're at the end of injury time in the first half here. We are, and the referee calls half time. So a decent performance. 11 shots, 6 on target, 62% possession. No need to overcomplicate it. Pleased with how things are going. Keep it up. And as always, we'll give it another 15 minutes or so, and then we'll look to make a couple of changes just based on form and fitness and whatever else. It's a long season. We've got a ton of games going on with 3 cup competitions, so just need to rotate as much as we can. Brougham now with a throw-in. Shashua holds the ball up well. Charlie Morley with the deep ball across, and Harry Honesty with his 2nd goal of the season. Another beautiful assist from Charlie Morley. Harry Honesty is a killer at this level. Still only 3 stars. I think he does have a little bit of potential left. He's now 25 in game, I think it is. But man, these cross-field switches that we're working. Lovely little triangle play here between Shashua, Morley and Brougham from the throw. It's a deep ball in. Harry Honesty just peels off the back, and on the half volley on his favoured left foot. Those are his bread and butter. Harry Honesty now, chance for a hat-trick. Oh, it's a decent free kick, but just wide. We haven't quite had that delivery from set pieces since Tom Williams retired. Of course, now working as a scout with us, as a member of our staff. Right, we're getting towards the hour mark now, so we're going to make 2 subs. Lee Hurst wasn't playing that well, nor was Tasha and Richmond, so I'm going to drop them both to the bench. Adji will come in up top, Ryan Adams will play at the 10, and Shashua will drop back deeper into midfield, playing as one of our sort of 2 6s or 2 8s, depending on how you want to word it. Right, here we go. We're into extra time. The second half has kind of dwindled away a little bit. I dare say this is where the referee is going to call full time. We're at the end of the 3 minutes of injury time now, unless Charlie Morley can get another ball in for Harry Honesty. They have conceded a free kick, which Honesty looks like he's going to take. The referee doesn't even let that one come through. It's a 2-0 win and a decent performance. 15 shots, 8 on target, 57% possession to their 4-1 and 43. Very professional home performance. You would have probably liked us to see us get a couple more goals for our dominance there, but a good win, boys. Well done. No need to overcomplicate anything. Want to keep that morale, this column over here, as high as humanly possible throughout the course of a season. Hashtag United Hammer Haverhill. Great alliteration on that headline. 15 shots to 4, 57%. We already went through that. Harry Honesty on form, of course. I'm going to tell him, superb in front of goal last time. We're 7 matches won in a row in all competitions, which is great to see. Barbia Joseph is going to join us on loan, who's another of the fullbacks that we were looking at. And I'm undecided on this guy because he doesn't look that good. 1.5 star current ability, phenomenal potential. His physical stats are fantastic. His stamina needs work, but his acceleration, agility, pace, they are all right up there, but he can't really cross or pass or anything like that. And you can see from his potential, he'd only get us as high as the Bostic League Premier Division. I think there'll be other trialists that we'll look at for that right back spot that potentially could get us up to Conference South, which is, I think, the minimum bar that we'll set for any of these potential players that we have. Another which, Sarpong Wuredu, is going to come, and we'll see how he is. He does have a photo, so he's previously been at Charlton in their academy, who are in that proximity map that we put together, so he might be a little bit more keen to join. The other thing we're going to do is everyone that was involved in that contest during the week is going to rest for one day, just because part-time contracts, we've got 3 games this week. We want to try and keep some rest days in there. We don't have to train every single session. But let's jump ahead to the game against Great Yarmouth now. Magic of editing, you guys won't have to see that. Alright, just like that, we're a couple of days ahead. There were a couple of things throughout the course of the week. Scott Pollock rejected a contract offer from Galston. I actually didn't even notice they offered him a contract, but thankfully he's not looking to move down in the division. Akinfenwa rejected us, but Adebayo, it's just a matter of time, mate. I'll get you eventually. Scott Pollock's fit again, so we'll probably play him in this game. There are high division teams trying to poach Marcus Stamp, which is a recurring theme. I wish I could give him a part-time contract, but I just can't at the moment. Ross Gleed's improved. Tom Hanfrey's still working his way back to full fitness. And we brought in 4 trialists. I know only 3 are highlighted green. Sarpong, who we spoke about, I know it's tough to see with the white background. Emmanuel Mensah, Dan Humphreys, and Barbia Joseph. I think the outstanding candidate here is Sarpong, who we have offered a part-time contract to. Hopefully he'll take it. Daniel Humphreys, this little shit, he punked me, he tricked me, because he rejected our offer of a trial, and I thought, oh, he must be decent, like he must be quality. But then we offered him a non-contract, he comes in, and he's not anything special, he's not all that. Thankfully, because it's a non-contract, I can just mulch it, and no one has to worry about anything, and we might do the same for Mensah and for Joseph with their trials as well. And hopefully, by the next episode, we have a new 4-star current ability right back that we can integrate into our side. And looking at him, he'll be good to have. He's got some solid stats, a lot of double figures here in his mentals, as well as his technical ability. He can cross a bit as well, which is great for us going forward. And he has the versatility to play further in midfield if we ever change our shape or formation. So he'll be a decent signing for us. I'm not sure how I feel about hyphenated surnames. I might make him Brennan Sarpong, but we'll deal with that if and when he signs a non-contract with us. So just 2 changes to the lineup that won the last game. Marcus Stamp will come back in after serving his suspension. Jamel Akeem will move to the bench, and Scott Pollock will come in for Tekka's Guru, who drops out of the squad entirely. But otherwise, we're in decent form. We're playing well. We're not conceding that much. We're scoring at a decent clip, or should I say, Harry Honesty's scoring at a decent clip and dragging the team through games. But things going well. Right, looking at the Yarmouth lineup, I'm digging their pink kit. Zand, their captain, in goal. Jones and Akoto as the fullbacks. O'Reilly and Jones in central defence. Bannister Alanka midfield ahead, behind Gretton and Wales, who looks to be their star player. Dawes on the left wing. Akinola on the right. Lasamba, their leading scorer, up top. We've consistently done well against 4-3-3 formations in this division. And hopefully that will continue today as we kick off the second game of the episode. We've done a lot of talking this episode. That's not deliberate. I don't know what you guys prefer. Do you guys prefer when I actually go through the back end stuff I do, like resting players and training and transfers and that sort of stuff? Or do you prefer if I just do the games and focus on that and try and keep our episodes to, like that tight, I've whacked the microphone, that tight 20-minute period? Let me know your feedback in the comment section below. I've just noticed as well, Stone Market must have played yesterday or earlier today because they have gone above us in the division on 23 points, and I hate being second, so we have to get the 3 points here today. Here we go, Charlie Morley to take a corner. It's headed away. We still haven't done anything in regards to our corner routines. I've just been holding off on it. Harry Honesty does very well to get a shot away in traffic, and Zand with a decent save and claims the rebound as well. Here we go, throw in on the right, Singano to take. Kane Broadham should tidy up. It's lost to Gretton, which is disappointing. It's a long ball forward to Lasamba. Stamp should have cut that one out. Lasamba's gotten in behind, and we've gone a goal down. His 5th goal of the season. Looked like Marcus Stamp. Did he get beaten to the ball, or did he overrun it? We'll see it here in 3 dimensions. It's just a long ball forward from Gretton. That's the danger of having Singano take our throws. We might have to tidy that up. Oh, Stamps dove in and changed ethnicities again for the 10th time this season. Wasn't a clever place to try a sliding tackle, because if you had fouled him, we might have been going down to 10. But we're a goal down, so let's use a shout and let's demand more from everybody and see if that kind of gives them a kick up the backside. Fair play to Lasamba though. That was a fantastic control, good composure, and a great finish. Jones with a free kick now. Oh, he's hit the post and Brougham hooks it away. Jesus. All right, so Great Yarmouth playing above and beyond their current league position, testing us probably more than any other team has in the opening 15 minutes of any contest this season. Throw in here, Singano to take. This is a dangerous spot because we saw what happened in the last highlight where they got their goal. Nice little triangles here between Pollock, Brougham, and now Shashua. Brougham tries to get a deep ball in. It wasn't really on. Shashua should play it out left now to Ross Gleed, who has time to pick out a cross. He does now, looks towards Tashan Richmond. It's headed away, back to Gleed again. Good ball retention there. We're just playing nice little triangles here, not getting dragged in. Their midfield three isn't that quick to close down. Shashua with a strike from distance. It was curling back, but just didn't have enough space to get back on target. Just wide. Good play though, nice to see. Here we go, long ball forward from Zand from the goal kick. Shashua should head that one forward. It's tidied up by Bannister. O'Reilly now loses out to Tashan Richmond, who's gotten through. Can he find the finish? It's straight at Zand, who did well, got out, made himself big, but you would hope Tashan Richmond would finish in those situations. Morley now with the corner. Played towards Harry Honesty at front post, but Zand comes out and claims very well. Next episode we might sort out our corner routines. Harry Honesty with a strike from distance. What a goal that is from Harry Honesty. He's about 35 yards out. And he's got it. I think he beat the keeper on the keeper's side, which is super interesting. It definitely swung back. Maybe the keeper was unsighted by the wall. It was on the ground in the end, and the keeper just couldn't get down to it. A fantastic strike from Harry Honesty. His 9th goal in only 8 league games. Here we go, Honesty again. Can he make it 2? Oh, just wide. It was curling back and eventually away from the goal. We're going to see another highlight before half-time is called by the referee. I don't think so, given how rapidly that clock is moving. And there we go, the referee's called half-time. Just going to assertively say it's time for everyone to dig in and give everything we've got left tonight. We deserve to win this match. Let's go out and do it. No one's responded particularly positively. I'm just going to try and give the defence a bit of a boost, as I always do. They've responded well. And away we go in the second half. Is this just a kick-off highlight, or are they going to make all my dreams come true? It's just a kick-off highlight. As always, we'll give it like 15 more minutes. We'll have a look at a couple of different players. There's a lot of 6.5, 6.6s out there. We'll have to pick a couple out that we're going to change over. Alright, we're going to make 3 subs here. We're going to bring on Humphrey at left back, Akeem at right back, and Adams at right wing. And we're going to assertively tell them you have the ability to make a real difference. 2 of them responded well, Akeem and Adams. Let's hopefully get 3 decent performances from each of them. Mainly because just the players that we're taking off are on 6.5s or 6.6s. And there's a couple other players like Tashan Richmond, Shashua, who I think are more likely to get amongst the goals. Alright, here we go. Shashua to take a corner, puts it towards Tashan Richmond, and the big man, 3rd goal of the season for him since making that change to playing as a poacher. Shashua with a great corner, finds a front stick runner, and we go 2-1 up. I was panicking there for a second. I thought, is this going to be our first televised recorded defeat of the year? It's a great leap from the big man, gets in front of the defender, or the striker I think was the one that was actually marking him. And that's why we kept him on. He was only on a 6.6, but he's always got that bit about him to score. Hurst has picked up a yellow card with 20 minutes remaining, which is a bit of a concern because we've used all 3 of our subs. But if we can hold out like this, we will go back to the top of the pile, 8 straight wins. But you can see Stonemarket are keeping up with us pretty well. They have had 2 draws throughout the course of the season. They have played 1 game extra. But you can kind of tell they are a decent team in this division, and they were unlucky to not go up last year in second. Here we go now, 87th minute. It's a long ball forward from Stamp. Okoto puts it back into dangerous area, and Richmond with a strike from the top of the 18-yard box, just wide. Keeper was scrambling though. You think if he might have gotten that one on target, he could have done alright. Here we go, throw in for Great Yarmouth. Okoto now, deep ball across, Stamp hacks it away. Harry Honesty comes forward now. He's got runners out wide right. If he can find Ryan Adams, play him in, Harry. He comes forward. There's 2 men back stick. If he crosses, instead he strikes and hits the near post. He just had to slide that one across the 6-yard box, and we had 2 men on. I love Ryan Adams. I dig him quite a bit in terms of the hashtag United content they put together and the way he plays and the effort he puts in. But my God, does he make some stupid decisions in this game. Alright, 4 minutes to be added on. Will we see any further drama here? We've gone to another level in the second half. You've got to give everyone credit. We're going to see another highlight a minute in. It's a long ball forward towards Ryan Adams. I did just call him stupid, so now he's probably going to get an assist. Oh, it's well done there. Great save from Zand in the Great Yarmouth goal from Tashan Richmond. And hooked away before Harry Honesty can poach the rebound. Oh, God, they've got a highlight here with a minute remaining. Adams heads away. He does very, very well. Nightingale should tidy up for Great Yarmouth. He doesn't know where he's going with it, and Shashua has closed down tremendously well and won the ball back in midfield. He's got to carry it about 40 yards. Can he find the finish? Oh, he's just missed. He did everything so well. Oh, Shashua is a phenomenal pickup. If you can get him from Tottenham, if you're playing as either #United or a club relatively close to, the London area, get him. He's great. I've loved having him. He only gets a 6.7, but I think he's way better than that. And a great response, 20 shots, 8 on target, 58% possession. We went to another level really in that second half. Let's just say passionately, a very nice victory, well done. A come from behind win. It's hard to get down on anyone for stuff like that. I just want to keep morale high. There's no use going out and pancaking anybody. #United go top of the Eastern Counties Premier, a pretty phenomenal comeback win. Great goal from Kevin Lasamba. We should actually probably start looking at poaching players from a couple of our divisional rivals, so we might chuck a scout report on him. Good dribbling, good finishing. I thought he did well. Harry Honesty equalised with a 28-metre free kick. It looked like 45 from where I was sitting, but whatever. And then our captain, Tashan, got the winner. Thumping header from that Charlie Morley corner. Oh no, Shashua corner, apologies. Harry Honesty, our star man and highest match rating, as he so often is. Superb in front of goal. I think he's going to walk away with the leading scorer award this year. We've let go of Humphreys, Mensah and Joseph. Fingers crossed. Keep your fingers, toes, eyes, arms, legs, whatever crossed that Sarpong wants to join, and we'll jump in and make that right back spot his own. But we are seeing more and more players getting poached by other teams. I'm worried Scott Pollock's going to leave. We haven't even had him that long, but his development's been good. He's come up a whole star in less than 12 months. And Marcus Stamp, if he goes, I'll be absolutely shattered. But it is what it is. That's lower league football. That's lower league management in Football Manager. You know how it goes. All right, let's have a look at when we should come back and do our November episode. I'm thinking we might play two games off screen, Eli and Eccles Hill United, and then come back and do our Durham City FA Vase match. We haven't done an FA Vase match so far. They're an English Northern League Division 1 side, so I have no idea what that means. I think that's a level below where we're currently playing at. I think Northern League Premier is the equivalent to us in the North, but who knows, maybe the Northern Leagues are way stronger than the Southern Leagues. I'm not entirely sure. And then we'll play Galston, who we of course beat for our first piece of silverware in the League Cup final last season. We'll play against them. We'll see what their revenge mission's like, if they can turn Emerald Park into a bit of a fortress for us. And then we'll start firing through games to get towards the Christmas period. And I'm already looking at it, and I shouldn't be. I shouldn't take my eye off the ball. But this game against Stowmarket, I think, will be massive. And we'll definitely try and work that one in as part of our Christmas episode in December. So our path forward is pretty clear. As always, though, I've been Sean. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I really do appreciate it. Chuck any feedback in the comment section below. Let me know how you're going with your #United challenges. That database is live through FM. If you reach out to me on Twitter or Facebook, or no, not Facebook, reach out to me on Twitter or through the page here, and I can send you through the database that we're using. A couple of people have already. Go and support our key collaborators. Their links are in the descriptions below. As always, though, I'll see you guys in the mixer, and don't forget to #it.